Welcome to the chemistry question. Jordan here. It's getting to be spring, and it's a nice day, so I thought I would sit outside to record this next video. And I also wanted to talk because this video is about climate change. This is a chemistry channel, but it is a very important science issue that there is a general consensus upon which we all agree. Hopefully, the ambient noise won't be so loud that you can't hear me, so I'm going to try and speak up a bit, and hopefully you can. So, you may recall I've been reading this book, Rule Me Twice, Fighting the Assaults on Science in America, and it's really given me some interesting ideas. So, there was a chapter in there about climate change, and why it's become such a political issue. And this I found interesting. It talks about how we can approach it differently in order to get the general public to really step on board. So, climate change, scientists all agree it's happening. Well, why doesn't the general public? The book explains that the way our brains work, we process strong belief in the exact same way we process facts. And in some ways, strong belief will override facts in our minds. Which is kind of sad. So what we have to do, then, is play to everything within the context of belief, unfortunately. And we need to make that emotional appeal in there to people's beliefs. So, what the book suggested, conservatives especially, but the general public altogether, have this idea of what's pure and what's fair. And they don't want anything to be gross or impure. So that's why things like gay marriage become such a big issue. It's because it's seen as as a sort of adulterated, impure thing. Now, the book talks about an ad that showed someone drinking dirty water, and that really narrowed the political gap we see, and then we had both conservatives and liberals really looking at this. So what we need to do is make this more emotional, show the adulteration of the earth by climate change, and that should be able to reach more people. And that's how we have to look at these things. Instead of using facts, we use emotions. Which, sadly, that's what works. I live in a neighborhood where there was a fire less than a year ago. It was last summer. And it burned 346 houses in the neighborhood. I don't know if the webcam's good enough to show you, but back there, that whole hill was on fire. And thankfully, this house was one of the ones saved. Now, we see things like that popping up. And no, global warming does not create fires or cause them, but it allows for there to be more of the hot, dry conditions, especially in this area, that are prone to being good conditions for fires to continue and not be easily put out. The day that the fire came down into this neighborhood, it was a really unusually hot day. The high was 101 Fahrenheit, so roughly 39-40 degrees Celsius, which is, it was a record high for Colorado Springs, and there was also a thunderstorm west of the fire that didn't bring any moisture to put out the fire or anything, but it created this strong wind that came from the west and blew the fire east, came down into the neighborhood and destroyed 346 houses that day. So we see things like this, and this is what we need to focus on. We can't just be like, yes, here's the facts on how global warming causes fires, because then people just tune us out. What we need to do is show these effects tell the stories, make it emotional, make it connect to everyone, and show how it is adulterating our earth and making it dirty and impure. So that's my suggestion on how we tackle the issue of climate change and get everyone on board. Thank you for watching the chemistry question. Be sure to subscribe, leave any questions or suggestions in the comments below. Until next time.